EDC enthusiasts, fellow genetic modified Vikings, I'm Diener. Welcome to the channel. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on the computer here and done anything with the channel. So I got an unboxing today. And in my last video, or second from the last video, I mentioned about doing a leapfrog process. That is, if I have a knife that I'm covering and I notice something different in between the initial unboxing and then the next video, that I'd cover a little bit of that in that next video. So that's what I'm going to do today. So this is going to be kind of a packed video. So kind of sit back and we're going to cover a lot of material. I'll try to keep it brief. Don't want to take up too much time. Everybody's got a busy schedule. I know I do. It's been nuts. That's why I haven't been on. Trying to finish my axe throwing lanes. Real close. Had my son's graduation party from Lawrence Tech, his biomedical engineering degree. So anyway, what I wanted to mention is this. On my Instagram page, which is my last photo, it's been a couple weeks, I posted it on there. You can check it out right down here. Instagram, Genetic Modified Viking, all underscores in between there. Go in there, check out the photo. It's too late on that in terms of what the comments indicate. And that is, I did a little contest. I just wanted to throw it out there, cast it out there, do a slow roll of this, and I had a photo in there, and take a look at it. And in the comments, if you notice it, it says that if the first person to determine which documentary is referenced in that photo, then they would be entered into a year-end drawing. And the gentleman that figured it out, I won't tell you the answer, but just for fun, if you want to send in, direct message me on Instagram, he guessed it. And his name is Mr. Mysteries, and he was able to figure out the movie that is referenced in that photo. So, but take a look at it, see what you think. I'm going to be doing those on a regular basis. I enjoy an educated audience. I enjoy problem solvers. So I'm just going to have a little fun with that. And we're going to do one right now similarly. One of my videos that has done fairly decent is on the Pyrite video, CJRB Pyrite video. And so here's the next contest. The first one that can direct message me the correct answer will be entered into a year-end drawing. And it's going to be a decent prize. It's going to be a one-shot deal. That is one prize. I might do a second and third place. I'm not sure. But at least for sure, a really good grand prize. And whoever gets these answers correct, or who is ever entered in to the contest, is eligible for those prizes. And you can get entered in as many times as you guess the correct answer. So if you guess the answer, for example, Mr. Mysteries, if he guesses this one prior to anybody else, he gets entered in again. So then he'll get entered in twice. So the more times you're entered in, it increases your odds of what being drawn at the year end. So that's the deal. So at any rate, in that video, my Pyrite video, see if you can figure out the connection in the thumbnail. It's an easy interpretation of what's happening in the thumbnail, the photo, the text, so forth. The first person that direct messages me the correct referencing in that video will then get entered into the year-end drawing. So that's that. So we'll take care of that. Next, we're going to cover real quick the two knives that I did a video on 2 videos ago. And this is the additional observation. So I'm going to switch to the top down. And that is the TS 264. That's this one right here. Move the microphone over so you can hear me. Not much about this knife. One thing I did notice, it's got some scratches here from the supplier. You can see it right there, right in the middle. That was one thing I noticed since then. The nick right here in the blade, right there. But just some little things with the construction of this, which is pretty smart. if you notice, there is no milling on the frame, and that's because they did the milling here on the scales, which if you think about it, manufacturing wise and aesthetic wise, that's a real smart way to go in terms of weight reduction, and that is do the milling on the outside of the knife and provide an inlay. It's stylish, and it also accomplishes the goal of lightening the weight of the knife. The other thing I noticed, and then it is this right here. Whenever you see these single screwed in pocket clips, notice this right here. It comes down, and this is a brand new knife. And just by gripping it and putting it in hand and really testing the ergonomics, I have shifted that. And the only thing that is stopping the lateral movement here is the carbon fiber of the scale. So you have one screw going in, which holds it this way. And in terms of lateral movement, it's the sides right here, which has got a squared edge here and a squared edge here on the pocket clip. That's the only thing that's keeping that pocket clip from moving laterally. That's a bad design, and that proves it right there. You can see me moving it. Now the other one is the TS223, which I really like this one better. It's a little bit bigger knife. I prefer a little bit bigger knife. And I like this grind. I like the satin belt grind on a blade versus the stone wash. It depends on the knife, but if it's much more dressy aesthetically to have the stone washed. However, I really like the satin belt grind. And they did the same thing here. The weight relief is as a result of milling on the exterior of the frame to provide room for the scale. So it accomplishes two things. Pretty smart manufacturing. This one here too, I haven't opened this up, but I'm going to bet that the same thing applies here, is that the only thing keeping this from lateral movement is going to be the squared off edges on that pocket clip. I doubt that there's no room on the frame to go through the scale, right? To go through the scale, and then there's no room milling wise in that frame. Same is true, not so much on this one, because it is quite a bit thicker near the back end, but underneath that scale there's not going to be much room left. So it's the scale that's holding these in from lateral movement. Bad design. So that's just something to watch for. Now if there's two screws there, that's a different story, because you have two screws going into the metal frame holding that pocket clip from lateral movement. So just something that I noticed. I'm not going to send this one back, even though it's got the scratches here. It was a fairly inexpensive knife. I think I only paid $80 for it. You know, those kind of things happen, and I should have caught it in the initial unboxing, and I did not. And I know it came that way because I'm pretty anal about my knives. I take care of them, and until I put them in the collection, even when I put them in my collection, they have a spot, their own spot. I don't have piles that I just throw them into. I try to take care of them, and that's the collector in me, the collector minded. I take care of my stuff, and people call me crazy, but when I sell my knives, I'm not so crazy, because the person that gets the knife is going to get a damn nice knife that's well kept. This one here I probably won't sell. I am going to be doing a knife selling of some of my knives. I've got several, actually too many PM2s. I got some other knives that they're in brand new in box condition, never been used, never cut paper, never cut anything, only brought out for a review or a comparison. I've got about 200 knives, and it's just simply too many. So I'm going to have to be doing a sale here coming up, and we'll cover more of that a little bit later. However, now that's that. That's the last time you'll see these guys. So we're going to switch over to the real topic of the unboxing, and it involves a cousin of this one right here, the Mini Evo Typhoon. Now, I haven't done a follow-up video on this knife, and kind because I haven't really spent a whole lot of time with it. But just suffice to say, this is an incredibly well-engineered knife. I will link the video to both the Tucson's as well as this one in the comments. The unboxing of this one, very smartly done. The only thing that I've noticed about the knife that could probably change, and it would be, I think, a welcome change, I think everybody would agree, and that is the pocket clip. That this is a milled titanium pocket clip. However, the finish is completely, it's so different from the frame that it almost kind of looks out of place. Now, when you deploy it, and the deployment sound of this is just ridiculous. I'm going to bring it to the microphone. It's got that 2-stage sound. Now, when you open it and then you bring in the blade, right? It kind of fits. It does fit, but at least fits better. It's not quite the same, but I don't know. It would be nice if it was just a little bit different finish. But at any rate, this is the Mini Evo Typhoon. These were released a couple months ago. I bought both the drop point and the Tanto. I'm likely either going to be giving away the drop point to my son as part of his graduation presents, or I'm going to be selling it. So I haven't figured that out yet. But the unboxing kind of involves this knife to some degree, or at least the maker. And I'm going to just move that up there. And that is, I ordered this from DLT Trading. DLT Trading, phenomenal company. The customer service there, selection, pricing, and their customer service is spot on. It really is. There is a number of retailers that I utilize, that I buy my knives from, and that's one of them, and that I buy on a regular basis. And they do a great job there. The customer service department there is just spot on. So anyway, we're going to do the unboxing. We're going to use the Chavez, my favorite knife. One of them, but my all-time favorite maker is Chavez. Open this dog up. Oh man, it feels good to get back and start working on some of this stuff, guys. I got so many packages. I've been mentioning I was going to do a video on the EDC tool pouch, and I've been picking up a bunch of stuff to do that I can carry in my backpack. A compact tool pouch that's got a little bit of everything in there for the emergency scenarios. That's, I'm sure, my invoice copy. They're DLT Trading. They got nice stickers. I'll just put that. Let's put it right there. Anyway, let's get right into it here. And there she is. It is a Sharp by Design. Now, I'm sure you realized I'm not crazy enough, even though I do buy multiples of knives, that I didn't buy another one of these, because they had different variants on this. They had the carbon fiber, and they had the micarta. I like the carbon fiber, particularly with this style of knife, simply because, I'm going to drop this down just a little bit, get rid of some of that shadowing. Let's see here. Yeah, I kind of like that. I got a boom light, and sometimes it doesn't work real well with the shadowing. But at any rate, I like this. I'm going to adjust this lighting up just a little bit. I like this, the carbon fiber with this design. And the reason why is because if you look at the handle, it's got a more conservative, traditional feel to it. And then you look at the blade, and man, that blade is wicked. There's some polarity there in terms of, the knife blade. So I like the carbon fiber because it brings a little bit more modern twist to this particular design. So that's why I went with the carbon fiber. The micarta has got that too much of a traditional feel, and then once you have it in comparison to the blade, here Here we go. Man, I hate this. I got to get some different lighting, guys. I apologize. I'm still trying to work out this lighting thing. So at any rate, that's why I like the carbon fiber. Now, this one here is another one recently released, and I'm sure everybody knows what it is. And there it is. It's the full size Evo Typhoon, Mini Evo Typhoon, and the full size Typhoon. The carbon fiber is a little bit different. I can notice that right off the get-go. But let's just bring it out here. Take a look. Look at the fit and finish. The here on the carbon fiber, you can't notice any difference. Right here, just slight. There's no gap. It's just that it swells up just a little bit right on that part of the carbon fiber. Everything else is looking really good. Blade centering, spot on. Pocket clip. No defects on the pocket clip. I don't see any issues here. Now this is 3.75 inch blade. And now if you look at it, look how much of that frame they pack in. I mean, holy geez, they put as much blade into that as possible, which is really good. The blade to handle ratio is going to be fantastic on this. I love how they do the pivot. They've got that ramped up edge around that pivot, which is really nicely done. Look at that. Yeah, the shadowing. Yeah, it's really nicely done. Same overall design. It's just bigger. This is a good EDC size knife. This, in terms of overall design, how it fits in your hand, I think is going to be better. I prefer a little bit larger knives, and but you can see that they're nearly a mirrored image of each other. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise this up. Now, yeah, look at that. That way the scale changes. There. It's identical. It's just a different size. That's kind of cool. Anyway, let's give this thing a whirl. What we're going to do is I'm going to bring it up to the micro. First, I'm going to flip it, and then I'll pull it to the microphone. I'm hoping that signature two-stage sound is there. But here we go. Let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, it's there. It's not as loud, it seems, as the Mini. Yeah, it is much more pronounced. Yeah, by far. I'm going to bring him to the microphone. First, I'm going to do the Mini, and then I'm going to do the full-size Evo, and then we'll get to a little bit more on the looks of it here. Hold on. Here's the Mini. Tick-tick. You can hear that two-stage, and then here's the full-size. Very slight. Very, very slight. Much more noticeable on the Mini. But let's just get into the comparison on the knife. Yeah, it's a great looking knife, guys. Holy shit. Yeah, this has got the weave carbon fiber. This is more the shredded. I guess that would be like a shredded carbon fiber. I'm not sure when I actually like the shredded better as opposed to this weave. Yeah, look at that. Just look at it by itself. Damn, that's nice, guys. That's really nice. But let's just take a look at it now. I'm not noticing any issues. Let's put her in hand. Perfect. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. This one here is a good size knife. You know, it's right on the edge. If you're holding the jimping, you put your thumb here and you kind of bear into it. It's just big enough for my size hand. But this one here is perfect. It's got plenty left over. This is a big knife. It doesn't look big. It's a lot bigger than what it looks and when it fits in your hand. You're not going to think that it fills your hand up, but it does. Again, this is a 3.75 inch blade. So I'm just curious. I think the other one's what, 3.5, I think. We're going to pull this over and check it out. Just under 3.5. 3 and looks like 5/16. So just over 3 1/4. Yeah, 3 5/16. This one here. Now I'm going from the pivot, right? This is 3 3/4 from the pivot edge, not down here, right from the centering of the knife. So, yeah, it's funny. It's deceiving. It doesn't look like it's a bigger knife until you put it in hand, and then it really kind of fills up the hand. Yeah, I'm liking that. But I'll tell you what, I wish it had a little bit more of that signature two-stage sound. It's real subtle, nowhere near. I'm going to put it right near the microphone again. Yeah, it's now here comes the mini. Yeah, it's significantly different. Same system. I'm sure the difference being it's just a bigger blade, bigger frame, and the sound signature just kind of gets absorbed. Same overall design. You've got no milling, the milling being done on the exterior for the scales, which we just mentioned in the other two knives, the TS264 and the TS223. It's smart manufacturing. But, yeah, immediate. Right there, as soon as you get there, it's already working its way past that detent ramp. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can fail it. No, you can't fail it. No, can't be failed. But it does have a less distinct two-stage sound on that opening. Click, click. Very subtle. Barely hear it. But one hell of a knife. We're going to switch back to the dual camera mode now. This is something that will be in my collection. This is only my second knife by Sharp by Designs. I've communicated with Brian a few times on his designs. Really good guy, good sense of humor. Messed with him a bit. But yeah, there you go. So that is the Sharp by Design full-size Evo Typhoon. That will stay in the collection. I didn't want to buy the drop point just because I really like his Tanto design. It's exceptional. And just for the heck of it, we're going to bring in, to throw in over here, as for some comparisons. There's the PM2. Everybody's got one of those. Most everybody. If you don't, at least get one. It was a hard leap for me to buy a PM2. I couldn't get past the Woody Woodpecker look of the knife. And then there's the PM2 and the Para 3. Always got to correct myself on that one. Para 3, PM2. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than the PM3. Overall length of the Evo is real comparable to the PM2. However, as you can see, the blade is much bigger on the Evo Typhoon than it is on the PM2. So that blade to handle ratio is going to be better, that is. Closer it is to 1, the better that score is to 1, the better the blade to handle ratio. So anyway, there you go. So that's it. I just want to get back on and get another video. I've got several boxes here. I've got a recent release in addition to the Evo Typhoon, something that is brand new, a new variant of a knife. I'll be doing another unboxing on that. I'll probably do that a little bit later today, but I will get this video posted. In the meantime, I'll do another video. Please, if this was any value to you whatsoever, like the video. It helps on the algorithm to spread the channel out a little bit. And subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Once again, go to the Pyrite video. If the first person that can references what's going on and can connect the visuals as well as the text in that Pyrite video, they'll get entered into the next drawing, or the drawing at the year end. So check it out. Be the one to get it in, and you'll be in the drawing. So in the meantime, I'm Diener. I'm signing out, and see you in the next video.